Hello guys, welcome back. Sathona here. This is the Daily Grind. This is Saint Seiya Tencent. Well, we now know what the banner for tomorrow, for Tuesday, sorry, what the characters are going to be for the Tuesday banner. And it's a double whammy again. It's a new character, Kanon of the Sea Dragon, and his brother, Gemini Saga. So we're going to go over details about their build, what their skills are, and a pretty neat composition that I haven't developed well. Sorry, I called the flu. In this version, this is a Chinese server, and I'm using it because I don't know if I'm going to be able to pull Kanon on the Awakening one. But let's see. We'll see tomorrow. I have Kanon in that version. I have Saga in that version, so if I get Kanon, then I get to build this team. Well, Kanon is one of the Athena original traitors. He was the one that planted the seed of evil in Saga, or at least made him very confused and wanted to rule the world. He somehow ended up with Poseidon Trident, and he's trying to keep control of Poseidon's soul to conquer the earth. Well, Kanon starts out as a villain, and here he is donning his Sea Dragon scale as a marine general. His skills, well, he has a basic, pretty self-explanatory, no special effects. Using his basic is just straight up 100% Cosmo damage up to 120%. Then he has a Revenge Blast or something like that it's called, and this is not real good anyways. It gets an increase in damage, but you're not going to be using Kanon with this. Both of his ultimates are 4 energy points, so Kanon is a very, very expensive tool to use. So you have to build your team very, very precisely, and they require a very exact build to actually work. He is not a direct damage dealer, even though here it says that does 300% Cosmo damage and that it has some increase. Don't pay attention to this. This is the bread and butter of Sea Dragon Kanon. That's the Golden Triangle. It's a variation on the Another Dimension skill from Saga that in this game only the Pope has. If you didn't know, the Pope and Saga are the same person. So Saga as a single character gets the Galaxian Explosion, and the Pope gets the Satan Imperial Fist and the Another Dimension. Well, the Golden Triangle, it's a very, very convoluted way of performing the same effect. What it does is a single target skill, costs 4 energy points. It traps a single enemy into another dimension, and the character, once it's captured, appears as a golden pyramid. And whatever Cosmo damage his teammates suffer, it piles on the guy that is inside the triangle. If the guy inside the triangle dies, then a percentage of the total damage that was done to him is reflected on everybody else once the Golden Triangle explodes. And last is a passive. When Kanon dies, the spirit of Saga appears in his place, donning the Gemini armor, and it stays on the field for 2 turns, but has a percentage of Kanon's HP, and it starts at 4%. This is not going to let you do anything else except cast a Galaxian Explosion and hope that you kill the enemy team or the remainder of the enemy team. The starting skill point is 4%, and it goes up to 16% of Kanon's HP. And as such, when you build his Cosmos, you pretty much have to ignore direct damage. Mine is built as a caster, and that wasn't working for me very well. But that was pointed out by another person who is called Jokaro, who who knows a lot more of this game than I do because he is just very very stubborn and he wanted to make Kanon cool, and he didn't came up with the composition itself, but he came up with the build for Kanon, and you just build him as a tank, as much HP and defense as possible, and the highest speed that you can gather for the character. A PvP worthy Kanon starts at 500 speed. His base is not very high. This is a slow character, so you have to work a lot to make him fast. You're going to have to work, given that the Awakening guys are not updating the Titan stage correctly, and the Elemental Temple doesn't exist in the Awakening version. Some of the cosmos that Kanon needs don't exist in Awakening. So you will have to build him with defensive cosmos, and you're going to have to work like this with New Moon, and you're going to have to aim to have at least one speed substat like this, one speed substat in every cosmos. Kanon is a very very difficult character to use because of this. If you don't get that much speed, then you don't get to go before June or before another debuffer on the enemy team, and you don't get sorry, to pile on the damage. And we're going to see this team in action. I hope it goes somewhat well. And then Saga, Gemini Saga. This is a pretty straightforward character. It's an AoE damager. There is no secret to using the Saga. You're going to use him either as bait, like I do, to try and goad people into ignoring everybody else, or you're going to build him very very fast, also beyond 500 speed points, but just 1 point or 2 below Kanon. They have to go in this order: Kanon, Gemini, and the other guys from the composition. Just a quick reminder here on Kanon skills, you're going to work first on the golden triangle as high as you can get it. Level 1, level 2, but it really needs a level 5 in order to be a force to be reckoned. The passive is somewhat useful, but for example, even if you get Kanon to 50,000 HP points, he's just going to respawn as Gemini Saga, even with the skill maxed out, with around 6,000, 7,000 HP points, and half the defense for physical attacks and half the defense for magical attacks, for Cosmo attacks. So this is a Hail Mary. If anybody else goes before Kanon, then he's dead. You cannot count on this skill to do anything for you. Maybe because the triangle doesn't go away until Kanon dies. So maybe you can try to get a Galaxian explosion after you die, but don't count on that. But pretty much just up the golden triangle, and you are golden, and make him as fat and fast as possible. And now Saga has to be just a little bit slower, so so nobody can hit either Kanon or Saga. So they go both at the beginning of the round. That's what you have to aim for, as high as possible. I have seen people that have these two guys with over 550 speed points with perfect cosmos, and Saga is the same story. You want him to hit hard. This team is going to get pretty popular because it can allow you to win PvP on a single round. And even if Kanon or Saga are missing, because you can only ban one of the two, and some people will go for Kanon because he's the new one, uh, but then you still get a pretty dangerous Saga if you start out with high speed. These Cosmos are not yet on the Awakening version, but you can use the Eagle Eyes. They just have to be kind of perfect, like this HP in Cosmo attack or Cosmo damage. Nothing but that. And high defense and speed. You also have to try to get the speed on everything. On the blue ones, you're going to be using Blue Moon too, to give him the speed. If you want to be kind of have some self-sustain, you can drag along some leech like on this one and maximize that to 3% leech on everything, and speed on everything, like I don't have it on this one, but every Cosmos have to have. Volcan is a pretty nice Cosmos to equip, because you're going to try to do the maximum amount of damage on the very first round. Um, the other companions for this build are Luna and Kiki, but you have to build them even faster, and you have to go Luna first and then Kiki, because this is a very energy hungry composition. You can try to stall some of the other teams while you gather energy, but it's very difficult, especially if you run into a June. So it should go like this. And I build mine for something else. But pretty much like this. This is what you want, but you want Luna to go before Kiki. I just haven't found enough speed Cosmos to make her go before. But this is the order. And ideally, Saga should go before Firebird Dicky. This is the team. This team is going to be your nightmare for about 2 months or something like that. Well, this one to waste. You want to attack the slowest guy that looks the weakest. So maybe, for example, take out the healer first, and this is why your team has to be fast, because you want to get rid of somebody else real fast. This is not going to be enough. If June gets to go before Babel, it's not game over, but it's going to be very difficult. And this is why you want Luna before Kiki, because Luna starts, give a double turn to Kiki. Kiki gives 4 energy on top of everything that he already has. So you start, this has to go into Firebird now. And now we're going to go, well, again with Marin. And she's about to die. And everybody has flames, so I'm gonna go double turn with Iki. Oh, he was a slowdown. Okay, so one more fire on you, and let's hope this is enough to kill Marine. Yeah, she died and she kills everybody else, because once you kill the guy that is in the pyramid, in the golden triangle, all the damage that goes above their HP is cast back to everybody else on their team. and you get a bonus. So let's try that again. This is not a universal. This team doesn't work anymore on the Chinese version because uh, there are many ways to counter it. So Phoenix Iki, Divine Cloth Phoenix Iki, is a very nice addition to this. So for example, I can exchange Saga. This is the other thing. the guy, the guys you add up, they have to be magical damage. Only Cosmo attack charges. Oh, this is going to be nuts. I'm probably going to get killed because that's a double god and a divine Pegasus. I'm just gonna give the double turn. Just give the double turn to Isaac so I can spam those tentacles. And this is why this composition kind of went away in the Chinese version. It's very difficult to make it work. Now Divine Pegasus is gonna kill somebody. Let's give the double turn to Iki. And let's keep killing Aiolos and hope for the best. It doesn't matter if he's invisible. Yeah, that thing was going to explode anyways. And here's the sad part. If they are the single guy and you encase them in the golden triangle, they're invulnerable. So now you have to go manually. Like this. And there you go. That's pretty much the team. If you are lucky enough to already have Saga and you get Kanon tomorrow, then you can start working on this right away because it's a pretty cheap team. And I don't mean because it's very easy to get wins with it on PvP when you have the team built correctly. No, it is also very cheap to run once you get past the golden triangle. Like, you can start killing people from round 1. Especially if you build your team like that, with starting with Luna and then Kiki, so he gives double energy to everybody. And hopefully you get a triple turn at the very beginning. You can do some pretty crazy damage with this thing. So that's the video for tomorrow. Those are the guys. The awakening guys are just messing the orders around. So I had these recorded as separate teams, as separate characters. They were different showcases, one for Saga and his build and one for Kanon and his build. But now I was forced to record everything again and start working on that. Now, you also want your team to be very fast because you can give them a glimmer of hope. Like, maybe they think they can work their Junon and my Kanon is just too slow, but you can even go before June, and June has sometimes reached near 600 speed. Like the new Cosmos builds are just crazy. I'm terribly sorry, but I don't know why I called a cold or how I managed to call a cold in the middle of summer, but I did, and it's killing me. just... Oh, I shouldn't have attacked Doko. So let's just attack the other guys instead. Oh. And let's give that to Iki, the double turn now. Let's cast it on Ayolos again. And let's go to town. All of that thanks to Yun and her connecting everybody. Poor Ayolos is getting the whole damage up. There you go. That's just how crazy this thing is. And as you can see, the revenge beam is not a very high damage thing. Even if you max out Kanon's Cosmo attack, that's not a very damaging move. It has a very low multiplier. And it's easier to let somebody else do the job for you. So well, that's the video, guys. I certainly hope that you enjoy, that you're lucky tomorrow. After the server reset is at 5 p.m. Central, but the actual maintenance starts around 7 p.m., 8 p.m. And then we get back the server at around, well, for me it's always between 9 and 10 p.m. But it has gone up to 11 p.m. once. So be ready. Tomorrow you're going to get 150 diamonds for free for enduring the maintenance. So thank you all, guys. Thank you all for watching. I'm very, very happy with the channel and how it's turning out. And I've got the news that the Soul of Gold characters are going to come out in this game. And at least there is one confirmed. It's Leo with his Divine Cloth. There's no arrival date, but if I get him, or if I know of somebody getting him, then I will get you a video of that. So you know the drill. If you like the channel, subscribe, leave a comment below, leave your doubts, ask questions, and as soon as possible, if it is within my power, I will get back to you in the same video. Also, remember to click on the little bell so you get a notification when I update with new content. And yes, there are many showcases that are already done that I have to upload, but I haven't had the time. But I will be doing them. So don't worry if you want somebody in particular for this week. Just leave that in the comment below and we'll see what we can do about it. Obviously, I have to have the characters, so no Radamantis, no Scorpio Milo, and no Worm Raimi, because those three I haven't gotten yet. But if you want to see Hades, not Poseidon because he's very low and I don't have Cosmos for him. But he's a pretty cool character, and we can expect Poseidon to hit within a month in the Awakening version. But these guys made a mess because it was supposed to go like this. We were supposed to get Krishna Chrysaor before Sea Dragon Kanon, and now they made Kanon a double banner with Gemini Saga, so they are doing whatever they like. So we cannot rely in the original release order. But anyways, if you want to see something about the characters, if I have those built up in the Awakening version, then I will use the Awakening version just for the text, and so you see that the things work in that version. They are functionally the same. So characters are the same here in the Chinese server and in the Awakening version. So thank you all for your time. We'll be seeing each other next time. And remember, oh God. And remember, Keep grinding on.